Hi guys, today we're going to start a series on escapes, and the first one we're going to work on is what I think should be first, because the back is the most valuable position to get to in Jiu-Jitsu, because as humans we're designed to defend ourselves in front, but not very well from behind. So when someone takes our back, that's a big issue, and we need to know how to defend from that. So I'm going to have Jody take my back. Hooks in, seatbelt, standard, right? So in any position, especially on defense, we want to make sure we're defending, we're surviving first. So we want to protect from the choke, because this is the choking arm. She can come right up, get to a choke real quick here. So when she's got her seatbelt, first thing we want to do is from the same side arm, is get that wrist and then lock our arm down. That makes us nice and strong, and we can keep that wrist away from getting to a choke. It wouldn't pay to take from this side, because you're kind of pushing away, it's not as strong. This is a direct opposition to keep that arm away. The next thing is, of course, we'll keep our chin down when they get in close. And they've already got their hooks in, so we're not going to deal with how to keep those hooks out. We're just going to they have our back, and we're going to learn how to defend. Now, this is, like I said, the choking side. If she takes me to this side, that's dangerous, that's more dangerous. That's where she wants to be. The mat's working against me, rolling out from this choke. So I want to get to this side. And what I'm going to do first is create space. So I'm protecting, I'm leaning forward, and I'm making space between us. That puts her down my back a little further. Then I'm going to go to my side. But before I go, so she can't switch hands and put the choke in on the other side, I'm going to put my arm right against my head. No space here. Okay, glue your bicep to your ear. You've got the defense, you lean forward, and you kind of want to turn to start getting your back on the mat as you go here. Now once we land here, we don't need this anymore. We can use this arm. The next thing I want to do, I can keep the protection here, is I want to hook her top leg. Maybe I'll push her knee down a little bit to make it a better hook, but I hook that top leg. Keep that leg. That's going to be our half guard position all the way through this. We will not let go of this leg. Okay, so we hook that top leg. Now we take our free hand and we back this leg off. As soon as we do that, we start shrimping. Now she can't get that hook back in. And I don't really have to worry about the choke anymore at this point either, because I'm going to unwind this position. So I'm going to take both hands and put them on her knee. She's going to pull this arm out because she can feel she's losing the position. I'm going to be shrimping, she's going to be getting up. Shrimp, she's getting up. I keep my hand on that knee, on that hip, and I keep pushing it between my legs and shrimping. She keeps getting up, and I'm turning until I get on my side here. Now I want to have the underhook. She might go for it. I'm going to pummel in, get the underhook, and then I'm going to use my pendulum leg. I'm going to build up some force with this leg so I can get up and get to half guard home base. So I still have the half guard leg that I started with, but when I kick up, I want to get on my elbow, have my elbow back, and on my head, right under her chin. A couple reasons for this. This is called half guard home base. One, I don't want my elbow forward because she could grab my sleeve, pull my arm in, and start flattening me back out. The other thing is if I don't have my head under her chin, she can get her head under me and drive me back flat again. So we want to get to a good defense position here where my underhook arm is across her back. She'll put a whizzer in most likely to defend me taking her back. And I want to be under her chin and elbow back. And my half guard can be shallow. It doesn't have to be legs locked because that kind of holds me up here. I can drop my hips back and I'm under this person for all kinds of sweeps or escapes from here. But we're out of back. Okay, so again, back up a little. Jody takes my back. First thing I do is I gotta survive. Gotta protect from the choke right away. Next, I wanna start my escape. So I'm going to lean forward, block the bicep against the ear, turn my back to the mat, and get on my side. Hook that top leg, back this leg off, and now I start shrimping. Once I'm laying on this leg, she's not going to get that hook back in. I don't have to worry about it. Take both hands, go to this knee, and keep that half guard. She keeps getting up, getting up. I get to here, both arms are in, get my underhook. I come up, half guard home base. Okay. That's my favorite escape on the good side. If they happen to get us on the choking side, let's slide that way a little bit. If they happen to get us on the choking side, we're in more danger, obviously, and we've got more work to do. So I protected, but she got me to this side. So first thing I do when I'm here is I still try to keep this away, but I take my top hand, my opposing hand, because now this will have the best force for pulling her arm away from my neck. I get a good pocket grip on her sleeve, and I'm pulling on that. Reason being is, if she starts to choke, I can pull her arm down and away. You never want to defend yourself by doing this, because your collar was tight on your neck. Because all you're doing is opening it up. Let's turn a little. All you're doing is opening it up, and then she moves her hand up closer to my neck. I just let her tighten it up, even tight in. Yeah, because I pulled away, oh, I'm getting choked, and I pulled it away. I just gave her more room to tighten it up. Whereas she was down here. It's better, we were defending, it's better to get this grip and pull it down. That keeps her from pulling this arm back, which is how she's going to tighten this. Okay? The next thing I do is I reach up and I grab tricep. Now I don't want to grab like skin, you know, I don't want to pinch her, you know, I don't want to make my partners mad, but I do want to get that tricep on her gi right here. She's got a good patch there, it's a little hard to grab. So I get that, so now I've got this arm really isolated, I can pull it. Because her next step, let's turn just a little bit. Her next step is to get up on her elbow. So I've got this locked, I'm here, she gets up on her elbow. Okay, now I'm in danger because there's chokes you can set up from here. That's the first step. Second step to getting the choke. First is the grip. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull my feet in and I'm going to bridge. I'm going to put my weight on her elbow so it can't move, and I'm going to bridge over that to drive her shoulder back onto the mat. And we'll keep doing that. She'll get up, I'll drive it back down. Now we got to turn again. Okay? Next, while we're doing this, I'm going to keep taking her back down. When I've got her down now I'm going to start, it's kind of like an inchworm. And I don't care how much progress you're making, if you're making progress, it's going to add up and you're going to get out. So what I'm doing is pulling with my heels and pushing my head to the mat. So I'm pulling with my heels and moving my body down. When I get to here now, I can throw this arm up, and this would happen kind of in a fast motion. As soon as I get my head out, I throw this arm up, and now we're in kind of a scramble. But I got to keep this leg so she can't just step across to mount. But we're in a bit of a scramble here. Maybe I can come up and end up in her guard. Okay? Sometimes with the scramble, it doesn't end that way. She just gets up and she's in my half guard. Okay, so now we're going to talk about getting out of the bow and arrow. So the bow and arrow, she would be, can you switch your hands because we're going to face that way. She's got me on the choking side. She got my collar. Okay. Right there. She comes up on her elbow, grabs my knee, pulls my knee up to my shoulder so she can get this leg out from under. She's going to throw this leg across and kneel behind my head. So come up, you're going to kneel with your left knee behind my head. Yeah, she's going to get here, sit back, put her leg on my shoulder, and choke. Okay? Good job. All right, so bow and arrow. So again, she takes my back, gets me on the choking side, we're down. So I am going to get my grip. I got my pocket grip, I'm trying to defend, but maybe I'm having a really hard time getting at that tricep. Okay? So she's getting up on her elbow easy. I'm kind of feeling like I'm losing this battle. She's reaching for my knee. So what I'm going to do is get in and hook this leg. Because now she can't finish the bow and arrow. She's got to get up, pull this leg out. She can't make the space that she needs to and navigate to the bow and arrow. So this is just a stalling technique though. Let's turn just a little this way. There. Just a stalling technique until I can grab here and start making my progress. If I can get back to here, then I don't have to worry about that anymore. I start doing my pop and drop, okay? If we're in this defense though, and I've hooked this leg, okay? One thing I gotta watch out for is leaving this arm too high. If I leave this arm up too high, she can weave in behind my head, get all the way behind it with your hand, and get this kind of a choke. Get way down to my neck, yeah. Like a feeder choke, okay? So, while I'm here, and I'm defending and I'm trying to get this back, I gotta be wary of letting someone in and getting that choke, okay? So again, if you think you're in bow and arrow danger, or just you can't get a hold of this, or keep them from getting up on their elbow, they keep getting up there, they're gonna get your knee eventually, or whatever they want next. So hook this bottom leg and keep it there. You're kind of making them stay in this position. And it's just a stall until you can work into getting this set up for your escape, okay? So now let's go to this side. I'm gonna give you guys one submission from here. So if we end up on the choking side, and we're down, I've got my sleeve the way I want it, and I've got the tricep, okay? While we're here, they're getting up, getting down, what I'm gonna do is reach until I can get her collar, okay? Once I get her collar, try not to grab hair or whatever's up there, get her collar nice and tight. Now, I pull that back in, I've got good control. She can't arch away from me as easy when I've got that collar. Now the battle is to see when she lets go of this, or if I can make her let go. Now I've got an arm bar. I stay in control of the wrist, pull my elbow in so it's under her elbow, that's the fulcrum, and then I'm pushing down. So again, we're here, she's going for the choke. I've got this locked in, I'm playing tricep, but maybe she's getting up on her, or not up on her elbow, but she's just working enough that I'm not able to get this escape going, but I am able to reach this collar. If I get this collar, I pull my elbow back in. Now I wait for her to make a mistake and let go, or if I can force it, come out on the elbow, press down, and get the tap. Okay? So that's it for back defense today. Oh, plus on that arm bar, when you threaten that, the first time you might get it, but after that, you can threaten with it, and it keeps the person from attacking you, so you're surviving longer, even though you're not necessarily getting the arm bar. They're pulling their attack back, and they have to start over, which gives you more time to work on your escapes as well. So that's a good thing. So thank you, Jody. Thank you, guys. Hope you enjoyed it. We'll see you next time.